Well, I didn't get it. But that ain't good there. I don't know if it broke the fan belt or if it just came off. It looks like it just came off. It's all one piece yet. Damn, didn't even get halfway around the field. And clear, and of course, I'm in the far corner of the field that I cut. All I know is I started to see some smoke coming. I look out, and over the overflow here, it was just spewing antifreeze. I have to, how hot it is in there to get my hand. I gotta get that belt. Maybe I have to go get a belt here yet. This is down where it's not supposed to be. Yeah, the water pump didn't seize. That's a good thing. Alternator didn't seize, so I have no idea why that came off. Oh well, ain't much I can do. I gotta get this belt off, and I gotta walk home to get some tools. I do have part of a jug of antifreeze, but I don't have enough to refill it, so we'll see what we end up with here later. I gotta go hopefully get parts. Yeah, I just got back. Got the old belt off. And I don't know if that chunk came out and why it threw it off, or when it came off, like I said, I think this was pinched underneath the crankshaft down there and grounded out. Either way, the belt's toast. So, got to Napa, and of course, this one being stretched, you don't know what they say, one thing. So I ended up getting two belts. I can always take the one back. He did look it up on the computer, and they came up with a 64-inch belt, which should be this one. That's what it said on here. Yeah, 64 inches. This one's 65. And you stretch them out. They're both hard to tell one way or another. And I forgot to look before I left to see which adjustment I had left, whether I had short adjustment or long adjustment, but it seems to be I'm right in the center. So either belt should work. So I'm going to try to use the 64-inch belt because it's $2.60 cheaper. So use the cheaper belt if I can. So that's what was it, 22, I forget, 20, they're 24, 26 bucks, somewhere in there. So I got to loosen up the adjustment on that and go from there. First thing I'm going to do, it's a pain in the ass, I gotta get this threaded over the fan. So I'm going to work on getting that, and then because I need two hands to do that, and then I'll be back. Well, I didn't get lucky. I got to spend the extra $2 and something on a belt. 64-inch. Couldn't get it on. This is 65-inch. The one that was on here well, maybe it's a 65 and been stretched out, I don't know. But this is where it was adjusted at. I can get the belt on pretty easy. And I guess I can get enough slack. Right now, the alternator's touching back there, but I think there's enough slack that can come out of this to tighten it up. That's not going to be touching nothing there. But it really wouldn't hurt to have, probably should have a 66-inch belt. 67. Ideally should have a 66-inch belt. Because like I say, 64 I couldn't even get it on. 65 I get it on, but I should be out here further. But as long as the alternator's not hitting nothing, as long as the fan belt turns, I really don't care. So I'm gonna see if I can get that tightened up without burning my hands. Some of that stuff is still pretty hot an hour later here. Yeah, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see here, but yeah, where'd my other wrench go? Yeah, I could make this a whole lot simpler if I would just spend the $200,000 and get a new tractor. Then I could call them up after hours and have somebody else come out and do this. Big fancy $120, $150 belt probably that they run. And then find out the tensioner is bad on it, or the variable speed pulleys that they run nowadays is outdated or due to be replaced or some other dumb thing. And end up spending $500-600 to put a fan belt on. I'm probably gonna have to tighten it up again tomorrow. This is gonna stretch, but. And of course, it's gonna turn this time. Only needed one wrench to get it loose. Now I need 2 wrenches to get it tight. Okay, I guess that's that. And then I gotta see how much antifreeze I lost. And go from there. Anymore, I'm actually surprised they had the parts in stock. Could be a little bit tighter, but I guess I don't know what else. I think I gotta get going here. You know, that's what's great. This happens the hottest day of the year. The real feel of like 93 degrees right now. And of course, like I say, it happens at the far end of the field. Got rain, chances rain tonight, rain more likely tomorrow, and I don't know if I'll get this all on the wagons or not. Like I say, right now it's to the point I don't care. I'm gonna fill these wagons tonight. If this gets rained on, whatever's left, I'll tet it out and bale it up for hay for the heifers. I can come down here tomorrow if it ain't raining, mow the rest of this. Because like I say, this hay's just as heavy, or somewhat heavy. Some of this I got manure on, some I didn't. I mean, all this is already past prime, but you know, I think I need maybe 12 more loads to finish that bag. And like I say, there'll be at least 6 loads here. And this next section is probably just as big. So like I said, there's about another 6 loads there. And then there's, oh, maybe a 5-acre piece that goes back. I mean, it doesn't go back all that much, maybe 75 feet. And like I said, there's 5 or 6 loads up there. So there should be 15, 17 load down here. And I'm only going to need around 12 or 13. So it really don't matter. Like I said, I was hoping to get 3 loads unloaded tonight and then maybe get the rest fit what I could on the wagons, but it's already getting towards 6 o'clock. And that's only part way around this field. Probably should let it set a little bit more, but that's the problem. It dries fast. But, so, I ain't gonna bore you with putting antifreeze in the tractor. So no more pouring it, but amounts of pouring it in. And I gotta put this one shield back on. I took this off so I could get my arm in there better. Have to get it in this back groove on the crankshaft pulley. And the damn thing just wouldn't sit in there, and I couldn't hold it and keep my arm down in there, so I had to take that shield off. But I'm gonna get this back together and I'll bring it back when I get it started. Yeah, I got it all back on. Took 7 quarts of antifreeze to fill it back up. Another thing I'm going to do, I got one of these paint markers. I'm going to write 66 inch on it. I probably won't remember if it ever happens again, but this way I'll know it takes a 66 inch belt if I think of it. That's a problem. This belt here, all the marks got scrubbed off of it. But like I say, at least now everything is cleared enough. I mean, I would like to see this out further, but that belt's going to stretch probably a fair amount. Tomorrow I'll have to check it and tighten it again. Well, let's see if this thing will start. You know, maybe I have to ride the motor, because as soon as I seen that, and that's the other problem, I don't think the temperature gauge works in this. It does move, but I don't know the register. Couldn't read it anyhow. No, that's the battery. This is the temperature gauge. Yeah, coolant temp. Yeah. I don't think that gauge works, so I couldn't tell it was overheating. I gotta get that stuff fixed. But like I say, all I did once I seen that and I knew I was puking antifreeze, I just shut the chopper off and I pulled the throttle right back, shut it right off. I didn't even try to cool it down or any. Because it ain't gonna do no good, because there ain't moving no air to cool it. I cracked the radiator cap, and probably was a dumb thing to do. But it does have 2 stops. I cracked it so it would relieve the pressure so it wouldn't keep puking it out. But so let's see if it starts. Maybe this damn thing blew up on me while I was sitting here. Well, it runs. Blow some antifreeze out here yet once it gets warmed up. Right now it is kind of over full. It's fuller than what it normally runs. So it'll find its own level here. The trickle ain't bad. The way it was running, I mean, it was running full stream. I tried to get that on video, but by the time I got on it, got the camera up, it was already done puking itself out. Back at it. I don't know if I'm going to get anything else added to this or not. Hell, is anybody going to care if I just say the hell with it and go home and go to bed? I cannot believe this. I just got that wagon loaded. I came, hooked up this wagon, started to pull up here in the field, and all of a sudden I have no steering. And I'm looking all over trying to find out if I don't see no oil leaking. I blew a line or something. Which would, well, what happened is the best case scenario. But a hydraulic line would have been more preferable than the steering motor up there, which usually don't have problems with. But the bolt's backed out. Now, this is a top bolt, so that was in there, but it was loose. This bolt fell out. That block fell out. I'm lucky I found the bolt. The bushing piece was sitting right here. The bolt was, I think, about where the wagon's setting. So, I mean, what are the chances of this stuff? I cannot believe this. So, I don't know how this is going to work, how I'm going to hold that in there. Ain't no problem getting it back in. I just took this one out to wipe it off some. But this one's on top, it'll sit in there. All I gotta do is I gotta start the tractor up and turn the steering wheel, and this cylinder will slide in there. So, but the problem's gonna be holding that bushing in there. Well, I turn the steering wheel, I can't reach both, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this yet. So, where's my little fancy holder here? Maybe I can get some of this. I mean, how can this stuff just keep going? I better check this one here too. That's the thing. That's it's in there, and then these bolts screw into it. And I've had problems, caught several times these things loose. So I haven't checked them lately, and that's probably the problem. Yeah, I gotta come back out there a ways. Well, hopefully I got the right size wrench here. And the next thing don't help, my leg's cramping up as I'm laying underneath here. Charlie horse to the back of my thigh. Yeah, I got all the washers in there. I don't know if they're supposed to have them. I did put a lock washer on this top one. Never did the lower one. I don't know if it makes any difference because this top one came loose again. I'm just glad I found that bolt. Because they're fine thread. I don't think I have anything that size fine threaded up home. So that should be good to go now. So that's the question. Do I try to go at this again? Or do I just say this can't get any worse and go home? Go at least get these wagons loaded. I guess I could say I'm lucky it didn't happen while I was going down the road full throttle with the load trying to pull a hill. Of course, maybe that would have been the best case scenario. Wreck everything and I can be done. Should get enough out of the insurance money. Have a tractor and a wagon that I could pay most of the bills off and be debt free, sell the cows and live for a year. I don't know, but I'm going back at it and I hope I don't add any more to this. So thanks for watching. If I do add all this together, it's going to be too big of a video anyhow, but thanks for watching. We'll catch up with you later.